Hey everybody, welcome back for another video. We're going to talk over an important concept and how you practice and how you make practice swings so that it's easier for you guys to transfer your practice feels into the real swing. So we know exaggerations are very, very important in your practice swings to bring into your rehearsals. But another thing I really want to focus on this video is how you make those practice swings, how you make those rehearsals. A lot of the times when we practice or we see people practice on the range, we see them making practice swings as they look back. I think it's very, very common that we see people at the range or on the golf course when they make a practice swing is they practice swing, they look back, and they swing through and they look with, okay? That's not what we want to do because, and I'm going to do it from the down the line view again, if I make a practice backswing and look back, try to see where things are, it changes the perception, it changes the feels of how I bring my arms and hands and club back to the top of the backswing. Us making the backswing looking down at the ball compared to us making the backswing looking back as we do it changes things completely. For one, if we look at the ball, our range is limited to a certain spot, okay? If I look at the ball, this is probably my end range of having good width and turn. If I look back as I do it, I can turn a lot more, and you guys can probably see my arms, hands, and club are in a totally different spot at the top of the backswing. From the face-on view, you can see I'm gonna look at the ball, make my practice. I get to a certain spot. I look at the club and hands as I make my practice swing. You can see I go way further, okay? Things change. So what we wanna make sure we do when we practice this is we make the practice, look at the ball, hold it for a few seconds. If you want to check, then you can look to see where things are at, okay? Never look back and go at the same time. That head turning changes the feels way too much. It changes what your body's feeling way too much to make it so it makes it very difficult to bring it into the actual swing. From the down the line view, we're going to make the practice swing, then we can check, okay? Never ever look back and check at the same time. Regardless of what you're working on, regardless whether you're trying to work on your wrist hinge, your wrist, your arms, your width, your turn, whatever it may be, do not look and do at the same time. If I'm working on my takeaway, for instance, letting my right wrist bend, my trail wrist bend so that my left wrist stays flat, you can see I'm going to do it first, then I look. I'm never going to look and do it at the same time because it always changes things, because I don't want to, one, trick my body to think feeling this is how I do it, because it's not, because I'm never going to look back in my takeaway. And two, I also don't want you guys to get into the habit of looking back as you do your takeaway. I think it's also a very common thing we see players do, especially your amateur, your average golfer, is when they make their backswing, they actually look back as they go. We don't want that to happen either, okay? So don't train something you're not trying to accomplish in the real swing. You're not trying to turn back and look at the same time in your real swing. There's no point of doing it in your practice. So be careful how you practice. Always do and then check. Never check and do at the same time. And then that will give you guys a much easier time in bringing your practice to the real. So hope that helps. Any questions, leave in the comments below, and we'll catch you guys next time. Thanks for watching, everybody.